Welcome. My name is Mike Martinez and I'm a licensed and bonded public adjuster. And here's 3 things that the insurance companies don't want you to know. Number 1, every time you call, give your name and your address, you generate a claims number. That claims number goes on your record, and whether you get paid or not, you're going to have that on your record for the next 3 years or so. Now, is that important? It is, because every time you renew your policy, they're going to evaluate what it was, what conditions you presented to them. And all that factors in on your policy, right? Your next policy. The second thing you want to be aware of is that your policy is a contract, and that contract specifically states that it is your burden of proof. What does that mean? That means that you got to prove your damages. If you prove your damages, you get paid for your damages. And that's one of the things that, again, the insurance company doesn't want you to know. Why? Because the more you prove, the more money it's going to be required for them to pay you. But in most situations, most homeowners don't know what to do, right? So they call the insurance company, hey, I got some damage, some roof damage, and I got a leak in my house now. And when the adjuster comes in, they're just pointing. Yeah, you see that wet spot right there? That's what it is. That's not burden of proof. Burden of proof is actually when you give them details. When you say, hey, I got 400 square feet of damage, I need to replace X amount of plywood, I need to replace X amount of, we need to use X amount of screws or nails or whatever. The trimming is going to be, X amount of sizes in trimming and material, right? When you come up with those specific numbers, labor costs, material costs, man hours in labor, how much man hours is it going to take to do this repair? You need to put these specific details down, and that's how you prove your burden. And if you don't do that, you don't get paid for that. Most people, again, they simply point, hey, you see that? And what happens there is you get what is known as apparent damage, the damage you can see with your eyes. Usually, there's a lot more damage that's hidden damage, the damage that is not seen, that's not calculated. You have to be specific about that damage or you simply won't get paid. Number 3 is something very, very important, and that's the fact that the insurance companies know that even though you signed a settlement paper and accepted a check, you still have 12 months in most states to reopen the claim. What does that mean? That means you can hire a public adjuster to go and prove your burden, right? We just talked about that. Prove the fact that you left some money on the table and you want that, right? You want to recoup that money because it's legitimately yours. And the insurance company wants you to think that because you signed on the settlement papers and you accepted the check, that it's over, it's done with, right? And a lot of times you call and they say, hey, this is already closed, right? But when you use a public adjuster, we go out there and we reopen claims, up to 12 months in most cases, in most states. But you have the ability of reopening the claim. That means if you did a claim over the last 12 months, 6 months ago, you did a claim, you settled, but you know what? You thought you were getting paid appropriately, but you weren't. We can reopen that claim. So those are 3 powerful things. Number 1, that when you call and you give your name and address, you're going to create a claims number. Number 2, it is your burden of proof to prove your damages. Otherwise, you will not get paid. And number 3 is that you can actually reopen a claim using a public adjuster if you've done a claim over the last 12 months in most states. So, as a homeowner, what should you do? Well, if you placed a claim over the last 12 months and you were denied or you were underpaid, or if you're about to place a claim, here's what I'm going to tell you. There's important information that I put together in a special report called How to Maximize Your Home Insurance Claim. That's going to give you some ideas of what you should do and what you shouldn't do, things that will protect you in this entire process. And again, if you placed a claim over the last 12 months or you were denied or you were underpaid, I may be able to look at that and help you in reopening that claim and getting you whatever money was left on the table, whatever money was rightfully yours that you did not receive. Again, it's all about the burden of proof. And if you're thinking about putting a claim, I encourage you to, number one, get my free report, and number two, pick up the phone and call me up and say, hey, Mike, can you take a look at my damage? Can you take a look at my policy? Does it make sense for me to move forward with this? Again, there's no cause for me to do that, but it's a protection for you. And again, I am licensed by the state to help you do that. I'm licensed in several states and bonded in several states to help you as a public adjuster place these claims so that you get paid fairly in your settlement. My name is Mike Martinez. Request your free report or pick up the phone and give me a call. I'm on your side. I'll speak to you soon.